Hey there, I'm Sebastian at Champion Helmets and welcome to our best motorcycle helmets of 2020 road test. Over the course of 2019, we've seen some pretty big changes in the motorcycle helmet world, including, but by no means the least, the release of the new AGV Pista GP RR racing helmet, the new Shoei X-Spirit GT, and the new HJC i90. But we're here to find out the best of these helmets going into 2020, and to find out which one it is, we've taken them out and measured them all on our road test. So, first we'll start with the AGV Pista GP RR as the best racing helmet, then the Shoei X-Spirit 3 as the best full-face helmet, then the Shoei GT Air 2 as the best sport touring helmet, followed by the Schuberth C4 Pro Carbon as the best modular helmet, and lastly the HJC i90 as the best newcomer helmet. Just a quick note that if you'd like to learn more about these helmets, to head to our YouTube channel where we have full-length reviews and road tests for each one. First, just to get you acquainted with our road test setup that we use in our videos, we have a screen on the left with the helmet's internal temperature. This is being measured by a thermometer placed in the top of the helmet. In the middle is a decibel meter taking measurements from a microphone near our rider's ear. On the right, we have a phone giving us wind speed measurements. Lastly, in the middle is our rider's speed and the exterior temperature. Each test is conducted on long stretches of highway at about 130 km per hour. Starting with the AGV Pista GP RR, this was AGV's new release of 2019, replacing the older Pista GP R. However, this helmet comes in at a recommended retail price of about 1,200 euros or about $1,330 US. The shell of the GPRR is fully carbon fiber, which will give you a very lightweight helmet, and the shell is available in 4 shell sizes. This is excellent since the more shell sizes you have, the better the helmet's fit and comfort. This helmet is also very lightweight and weighs about 1,500 grams. You're getting decent ventilation with several vents on the top, closed with stoppers, as well as the classic chin vent operated by a slide on the inside. The visor is also good, coming pinlock repaired, and the insert is in the box. The interior also has tons of features. You've got the option for a hydration system hose, the cheek pads have emergency quick release, and the liner is antibacterial and moisture wicking. So, let's see why this helmet is the best for racing going into 2020. When we tested the Pista GP RR, it was a sunny summer day with the exterior temperature at about 20 degrees Celsius. The wind speed for the day was between 115 to 120 km per hour. The helmet's interior temperature was 21 degrees Celsius, so 1 degree hotter, though we weren't riding in the optimal position for the GPRR's vents. For noise, this helmet came in at about 107 decibels, which is loud, though not a priority for racing helmets, and earplugs are included in the box. As such, the helmet performed very well with 5 stars for its carbon material and shell sizes. For its lightweight, it gets 4.5 stars as well. The great visor earns it 5 stars, as does its aerodynamics. The ventilation earns the helmet 4 stars, and our rider found the helmet very comfortable, so that's another 4.5 stars. So, with a recommended retail price of about 1,200 euros, this gives the helmet about 45 euros per star, which is expensive. But this helmet's star rating is a full 5. Looking at the best full-face helmet, we've got the Shoei X-Spirit 3. This helmet is made of carbon and fiberglass blend, and the shell comes in 4 shell sizes, which will again just give you a better fit. It also comes in at a recommended retail price of about 700 euros, around $730 US. This helmet is also very lightweight and weighs about 1,400 grams. The visor is pinlock prepared and in the box. This helmet comes with vents in the chin, the brow, and a big scoop at the top of the helmet, with vents going out the back of the helmet for exhaust. The liner is removable, washable, and antibacterial. So, let's see why it's the best full-face helmet for 2020. For the X-Spirit 3, the average wind speed was about 115 km per hour, and we took it out on a nice summer day in perfect riding conditions. The outside temperature was about 21 degrees Celsius, the helmet's internal temperature was about 21.2, so no difference there. For noise isolation, this helmet did fairly well for a race helmet with 103 decibels of noise, though again, this isn't what they're built for. If we look at the helmet's ranking, it's also very strong. For material, the X-Spirit 3 gets 4.5 stars with its 4 shell sizes and 5 stars for its low weight. For the visor, the X-Spirit 3 also did excellent with 5 stars as well as another 5 stars for its aerodynamics. Hardly surprising for a top-tier full-face racing helmet. For ventilation, the helmet gets 4 stars since it was about the same temperature as the outside. Lastly, for comfort, the X-Spirit 3 gets an incredible 5 stars. This gives us 5 out of 5 stars and a very value-friendly 25 euros per star. Now, we're transitioning out of the racing realm for the best sport touring helmet of 2020. This means looking at the Shoei GT R here. This helmet is at a very wallet-friendly price of about 530 euros or around 580 US dollars. But this doesn't mean it doesn't perform. The shell is made of Shoei's A material and comes in 3 shell sizes, which is still fairly decent. The helmet is fairly light, weighing about 1500 grams. The GT R has 2 large vents at the front, one on top of the head and one more in the chin, all of which are adjustable. All that hot air will then come out the back. The visor is robust and has an integrated sun visor. This helmet comes with anti-fog pinlock lens in the box and the visor is prepared for it. The GT R2's liner is fully removable, washable, and antibacterial, and it even has emergency release straps, which are an important safety feature. So, let's check out how it performed. We tested the GT R2 with an average wind speed of about 130 km per hour on a hotter summer day, but it proved to be good testing conditions. The outside temperature for the test was about 26 degrees Celsius, while the helmet's interior temperature was about 27 degrees, so a 1 degree difference isn't too bad. The GT R2 also did well for noise isolation since it measured about 97 decibels for noise isolation. For stars, the GT R2 also did admirably. For material, the GT R2 gets 4.5 stars since it's made of Shoei's A material and has 3 shell sizes. The GT R2's lightweight also gives it 4 stars for weight. In terms of the visor, the GT R2 also does well, getting a further 4 stars. For noise, since the helmet measured 97 decibels, that means 5 stars. For ventilation, the GT R2 came in a bit lower though, with 4 stars. Lastly, for comfort, we're giving the GT R2 5 stars since our rider found it very comfortable. This gives the GT R2 4 stars at 20 euros per star, so you're getting very good value for money for a good quality helmet that does great for noise isolation. This brings us to the Schuberth C4 Pro Carbon as the best modular helmet for 2020. While the normal C4 Pro is a very good helmet, since this video is about the best of the best, we decided to go with the Carbon. So clearly, the shell material for this helmet is carbon fiber and the helmet comes in 2 shell sizes. And this means it'll come in at a lightweight of about 1,480 grams. The visor is pinlock prepared and in the box, not to mention the helmet comes with an internal sun visor. For ventilation, you're getting a vent in the chin and at the top. And the helmet is prepared for the Sena SC1 comm system with all the major pieces already integrated. The liner is very comfortable, so with a recommended retail price of about 780 euros, around 860 US dollars, let's take a look. We recorded our data for this helmet when the exterior temperature was a hot 31 degrees Celsius and the approximate wind speed was about 115 to 120 kilometers per hour. The helmet's internal temperature was 30 degrees, so with just 2 vents, the helmet managed to even give us 1 degree cooler than the outside. We also recorded about 99 decibels, which was excellent. If we move on to our stars, then again the Schuberth will do very well. For the C4 Pro's lightweight carbon shell, this helmet gets 4 stars for the shell and 5 stars for the weight. The visor was also excellent, receiving another 4 stars since it was easy to change, use, and lastly, it has a great visor seal for ventilation with 1 degree cooler than the outside, so that's a full 5 stars. Related to this, at a noise level of 99 decibels, this helmet does excellent with 5 stars for noise. This helmet also impressed us with its great comfort, earning it another 5 stars. This brings us to a total of 26 stars overall, which gives us 27 euros per star, which is a decent result from a premium helmet. So, all in all, it's pretty good, which gives this helmet 5 stars out of 5. This brings us to our last helmet for today, the best new entry helmet for 2020, HJC's i90. This helmet is HJC's budget-friendly version of their premium R490 and R490S modular helmets. The i90 is made of polycarbonate and comes in 3 shell sizes, which is pretty good for a budget helmet, coming at a recommended retail price of about 230 euros or about 250 US dollars. This helmet came in weighing at about 1,700 grams, so a bit on the heavier side. For ventilation, the i90 offers the same as the R490, with adjustable vents in the chin, a scoop on top, and exhausts in the rear. The visor was also very good, offering an easy replacement system, a wide field of view, and it has an integrated sun visor, not to mention it's pinlock prepared and the insert is in the box. The lining is removable, washable, moisture wicking, and antibacterial, and it is prepared for people with glasses. So, let's see why it's the best entry helmet for 2020. We recorded our data for the i90 in the same basic conditions as the previous helmets at 130 km per hour on the highway with an average wind speed of about 110 to 120 km per hour. The exterior temperature was about 14 degrees Celsius, while the helmet's internal temperature was about 15 degrees, so that's a decent difference of 1 degree. For noise isolation, we measured 104 decibels for noise in the helmet, which is decent for an entry-level helmet, which this is targeted as. Our rider was very happy with the helmet's performance, though he did say the liner felt very Spartan. Now, for the stars. Since the i90 has a polycarbonate shell and comes in 3 shell sizes, that gives it 3 stars for material. While polycarbonate usually means a heavier helmet, the i90 also did decently, giving it another decent 3 stars. The visor was excellent, though giving you pin lock in the box and just being very easy to use, so that's another 4 stars. With the difference of 1 degree, the i90 also did fairly well, giving it another 4 stars. Unfortunately, for a touring helmet though, the i90 did not do so great for noise isolation, giving it only 2 stars. Lastly, for comfort, the helmet also didn't do as great, with our rider saying the helmet was a bit bulky and the liner felt a little bit entry-level, though this is the segment that the helmet is targeted towards. So that gives the i90 2.5 stars. Nonetheless, this helmet performed very well, almost even reaching mid-range helmet performance despite its lower comfort level and poor noise isolation. So, this helmet earns an average of 3 stars, and with a retail price of about 230 euros, that gives this helmet an amazing 12.5 euros per star, since you're getting a great value for money with this helmet. We didn't only take these helmets out on our road test, but several more for each category. So, if we look at all these helmets all together, then it's clear how each one comes top in its category. If we look at our top 5 race helmets, then the GP RR is clearly on top with the most stars thanks to its lightweight and strong performance. While on the same graph, you can also see the top full-face helmets, though the GP RR is on top. For this category, the X-Spirit 3 performs stronger with its great performance and much better value for money, making this a more affordable helmet for this category. For the top sport touring helmets, the GT R 2 is at the top thanks to its great value for money and strong noise isolation, making it an excellent helmet. The same goes for the Schuberth C4 Pro, with its great noise isolation, ventilation, and comfort, beating the Shoei Neotech 2 by half a star. If you'd like to purchase any of these helmets, then make sure to head to championhelmets.com, where we have a lowest price guarantee and great bundle deals with all these helmets, including discounted visors and discounted communication systems, including Sena and Cardo. So that's it for the best helmets for 2020. The AGV Pista GP RR is simply the top of the top for racing helmets, since it's giving you everything you could want in terms of racing requirements. The Shoei X-Spirit 3, though technically a race helmet, didn't quite beat the AGV GP RR, but it's such a great helmet that it still more than deserves to make the list as the best full-face helmet. For sport touring, unsurprisingly, is the Shoei GT Air 2, since it just works so well as an all-around helmet that gives you great performance. The Schuberth C4 Pro Carbon is at the top for modular helmets, since it focuses so much on quality and gives you surprisingly great performance, which is great. Lastly, the i90 was a very surprising entry, but its strong performance for ventilation, the visor, and the shell boosted up to a top entry-level budget helmet, and its great value for money definitely brings it as one of the top new entries for 2020. Let us know which helmet you think is the best, or if you have any further questions, and if you liked the video, make sure to subscribe. I'm Sebastian from Champion Helmets, and thanks for watching.